Hello everyone and welcome back to another ant keeping video. And boy, I have been very busy with ants on the past couple weeks. Most notably, I have received some brand new desert colonies. Today, I'll be going over each one. All 4 of these colonies were gifted to me by 100 LOLs on Instagram. His link is in the description, so go shoot him a follow. First up, the biggest colony of the 4 is a Yaki colony. These gals came to me in a small tubs and tubes setup, and it was clear that they needed more space. They were a nightmare to move, but I finally was able to get them into their new Mini Hearth XL after about 2 hours of work. This involved separating all the workers from the trash, carefully taking the brood from the test tubes, and making sure both of the colony's queens got transferred safely. I simply put all of the colony into the outworld of the mini hearth, and they eventually started to transfer all of the brood and queens into the nest portion. About a week later, here they are, all settled in. There is still some trash in the outworld that was too tough to separate from the workers, and I have been using a method called the cleaning tower in an effort to take it all out. In this method, you need some sort of platform. In this case, I'm using a plastic lid. Then, you line the edges with Fluon and put the trash on top. The ants will eventually fall off the tower from the trash, with no way to get back up due to the Fluon. Finally, all you have is the trash, completely separated from the ants. I love this method. Without it, I'd be forced to move the ants from the trash one by one, which is a tedious process. Inside the nest, the colony has piled their mountain of brood close to the heat cable. I think the queens are likely hiding just behind or even buried in the brood, as I rarely see them. Along with the usual diet of sugars like sugar water and protein like insects, these ants will also readily accept seeds. I've found that some of the majors will act as mini repletes, storing food in their social stomachs. You can tell due to their bloated gasters. Even after just moving the colony into a Mini Hearth XL, they seem to need some more outworld space in the future. I'll probably add a regular sized Mini Hearth when the nest and outworld gets too packed. For the long term, if they get extremely big, I also have a spare hybrid nest, which can hold a huge amount of workers. This colony has gotten off to a great start, and I look forward to continuing their development. Next, another Fedi species, Fedi Vastana. They are also a fairly large colony, housed in a flat-style DIY nest. The visibility of the nest is amazing. I can easily see the activities of the ant and the beautiful queen. So far, I've noticed that these ants are always ready for food. Whenever I drop in a mealworm, they are always right on top of it, and they work together efficiently to carry it back in one piece. The majors of the species are quite impressive, as they have a similar color to the queen, while the workers have a lighter color with long legs. Because of the workers' build, they can speed around very easily. Whenever I open the outworld, they always start to run around. This colony has a good amount of brood. I can see a lot of pupae and some larvae. Their outworld is quite dirty, so I will probably use the cleaning tower method on them. In the future, moving these beautiful ants may be a problem. There is no way to connect this nest up to another, so as much as I like the nest, I will probably have to move them in a Tar Heel ant setup in the future. I could also experiment and drill a hole in the outworld and connect a nest that way. Next, a species I already have, Mcistus Mexicanas. Although I already own another colony, this one seems extremely healthy, with a ton of repletes. There are so many that they are blocking most of the nest with their big bloated gasters. They seem very active and love their food. Compared to my other colony, you'll notice that the repletes have a more yellow color, while my main colony has red ones. This is due to the liquid food they are fed. They seem to have been fed Sunburst, a sugary food meant for ants you can buy online, while I use a red nectar meant for hummingbirds, but still enjoyed by ants. In the future, I plan to buy some organic food coloring, dyeing the liquid food and making the repletes different colors, so that there can be a cool variety in the nest. Nest-wise, these are housed in a regular mini hearth, but they also seem to need some extra space pretty soon, so I will connect another one when I feel they need it. Finally, another species that I already own, Campusus USCA02. I picked up this species because although I already own them, they are a much more impressive colony. With about 100 workers, they are housed in a tar heel ants style DIY nest. For large ants like these, this is a dream colony for me. In my opinion, the best colony to own is a big colony with large ants, which is what I have here. These ants are beautiful, with the queen being the biggest you will find in California. She has a red gaster, which is also very vibrant and beautiful. It's hard to tell exactly how much brood they have, as the workers are likely covering most of it, but I can sometimes see the workers carrying large clusters of small larvae. I assume there is more brood that I can't see, but it's nice to see how many small larvae they have. I hope these will turn into cocoons soon, and we can get to see even more workers. This is another colony that will be tough to move, with no way to connect another nest. I will probably resort to having to buy a tar heel ants fortress or something bigger in the future, and I would like to find a way to connect it to this DIY nest. I don't see any majors yet, so I hope those will come soon as well. I hope this impressive colony will continue to thrive. With that, this video comes to an end. I am very lucky to be gifted these colonies, so remember, shooting 100 LOLs a follow is appreciated. Thank you for watching, and peace out.